Alright guys, timed edge, London session, Wednesday the 1st of October, first day of the month. We had a good day yesterday. 8R. Price didn't do what I thought it was going to do after that. I thought it was going to continue to distribute lower. Looks like we're going higher. Now today we wicked above previous day's high, if you can see here. Haven't closed above yet though, so I'm still bearish on this. I'm still looking for sells. Ideally with the wick above here, Asia. Let me just draw this out as well. Asia's if Asia's ranged, we expect London to create the wick of the day, right? Feeling a little bit better today. Sorry about yesterday and my cough. If you did follow the stream, or you're following on from the stream. I think we got some news today. Let's quickly have a look at that. So we got Swiss CPI this morning, key event risk. That will move this market. Currency futures triad for sure. Got 20 minutes for that news to kick in. It's the start of a new month today, so we've got a new monthly candle printing. Let's just check out the month now. I'm still expecting sales, to be honest. It is a bullish month though. We have to change the state of delivery above previous candle's high. Excuse me. Still dying. But age-old classic from Romeo, wick above, close below, right? So what have we had? We got wick above, close below. We're anticipating probably a higher prices. Maybe that's what this run on price is all about today. Open, high, low, close, right? So maybe the market had to run this high in order to create the wick on the monthly candle, right? If we're looking at the weekly, still had a change of state of delivery. I know we got it is a CSD. It is a bit of an indecision bar, but we've still got a change of state of delivery. So excuse me, sorry. So if all assets wick above, what can we expect from the market? Well, we've got a clear draw of liquidity at Asia low. If we had closed above, I'd be looking for EQ of the range. At the moment we're moving out of a SMR level. We've wicked below this 1 hour where is the 50% of the previous day. Its equilibrium is there just below that candle. I'm going to mark that out for sure. This gives us an area to work into. I like the draw of liquidity there. Wick above, close below. I know I would normally say that we need to see SMT, or sequential SMT, sorry, for reversal. But this is definitely going to be a draw of liquidity if we do start to move lower. So this will give us an idea. Okay, so if I look at this and we start to close below the 50%, where's the draw of liquidity after that? Daily EQ. The draw of liquidity will be below the lows, right? So there's going to be liquidity here and here. If we start to get below this 50%, right, the equilibrium, then we can start drawing into these lows and hit these targets that I said that was going to be hit yesterday, well today, but I didn't expect this wick up. But like I just said, if we're putting in a bearish candle, open, high, low, close, right, so we're expecting price to run up a little bit, and that's exactly what's happening today. You can see that it's not even by design, is it? It's just, you know, it's creating its wick, and that's why all assets are probably doing the same. But we shall see what happens here. Can we take a short entry from here? Let's have a little look. We have taken the low, the 1 hour low on this asset. Sorry, excuse me, I'm just still a bit under the weather. Yeah, so we've taken this candle's low. So what do we need? We need more buy side if we're going to take out some sell side. Okay, we're moving out of SMR. So potentially we'll see how this 15-minute candle closes. Have we got to change state of delivery? We have. We've got to change the state of delivery. That also means that's expansion. Okay, so for me, I'm wait because we've got two assets above the previous candle here. So for me, I'm not looking for manipulation in this candle. It would be XX30 model. Oh, where'd that wick come from? Okay, but anyway, we've still got some expansion. It's closed above 50% of the candle's range. Let's have a little look at this. Yeah, so we're definitely above 50% of the candle's range. Alright, so we're definitely looking at the... I'll come back to this in 14 minutes, 13 minutes. Let's go on to the index, see what's going on. Don't trade this. If you've been following me, you should know I don't trade the index until 8 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, I've been on my phone, that's why it messes up the triad. Put it to set it to ES. Okay, let's have a look at the month. New month. Put my journal entry in. So we've got a bullish month across all three assets. We're at all-time highs. If we're expecting another bullish bar, what do we expect to happen? So yeah, if I'm expecting another bullish bar, I expect a wick to be made into some kind of discount, then push up. Okay, so what's happening now? We're pushing down. Let's go on the weekly. Range weekly profile. I thought we were going to take out previous week's high. Excuse me. Bear with me, I'm just filling in my journal. So yeah, yesterday I was saying to the stream that I want to see previous week's high go to give us SMT to move a bit lower. Do I think this is going to be an extended move now with the monthly close like it did? No, I'm expecting a bullish bar. Unless one of the assets go and take the high and we get sequential SMT, and then we can start looking for 50% of the previous month's range and then to the other end of the range. So no assets taking anything. Let's go on daily. Let's see what's happened here. Oh. I'm still fiddling around with my OBS settings at the moment, so I'm sorry if the streams haven't been of best quality, but I haven't got the best internet where I am, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on and what's the best optimum one, so I'll get there eventually. Okay, so previous day's bar is a range, no CSD. That means I want to see stacked confluence in order to take a trade or standard deviation. Has any of the assets broke? No, nothing's broke. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. 6 hour. Let's see what's happening here. No real high time frame CRT either. Free candle model. Wednesday being a high probability CRT day. Distribution. If you're not writing all this down, you should be. I'm giving it to you, spoon feeding it all to you. Exactly everything I do in my model. Okay, so next thing I do would be see what the Asia's done, profile the session of the day. This would give me an idea of what's going to happen in London. Process, 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 process. You'll hear me say that if you follow me on Twitter all the time, because there's no other way around it, to be honest. Follow your process. Do it the same every day. Okay, so it looks like Asia's expanded, to be honest. Let's have a little look. Yeah, Asia's expanded. So what does that mean for me? That means that I am looking for accumulation in London. Although I will still trade London, I just sometimes I reduce my risk if it's not absolutely crystal clear. So Asia's expanded. And for the last year and a bit, I know I've journaled every day Asia's numbers every day for index futures and the currency futures. So I know exactly when it's range and when it's not. Okay, so where's liquidity sitting today? It's going to be here, isn't it? All assets are broke below. Right, we're targeting these lows. So with that in mind, we can play the last kiss model, right? So if 7 a.m. it looks like to me it's going to close up. It's going to close down to me. So, but if this did start to close up, with all assets being here at 8 a.m, I would take a short into that. Same model as I did yesterday, right? It's the last kiss model. Okay, so it's a great model, especially if you're it's a time and price model. So at the moment we're not doing anything. I can mark out equilibrium here, EQ of the 6 hour range. It's going to be very important because all assets have closed below. Could be a potential target. Excuse me. That's if we get below not both of the assets are going to move lower though. The asset classes are going to move lower, so but it is eyes on previous day's low. Let me set up an alert for that. ES is moving into standard deviation as well. Maybe we get a weekly cycle. I know we've got a hidden weekly cycle at the moment, but if you know me and how I trade, I don't trade hidden weekly unless the liquidity pool's gone. So if they've all taken the liquidity pool, let me just make that abundantly clear. Every asset's taken this liquidity pool, but the body closes are different between these. So we start closing back up here and we get a body close, but we've wicked this. Then we've got a hidden weekly. Then I'm interested because the pool of liquidity has been swept. At the moment, I will change the indicator to fix that in as well, but I'm concentrating on getting my two fundings done at the moment. So October is going to be a big month for me. Okay, so yeah, so we're set up here. We want to see previous day's lows go. Okay, I'm not interested in anything else unless price starts to pull up. We come here, we create relative equal lows or something like that. We start to pull up, maybe not even into the equilibrium of the 6 hour. We start to do this 9 a.m. I'll hit that into the low. 8 a.m. I'll hit that into the low. It's a waiting game. See what happens. Let's see what's happening here. If I was running price at the start of the month, where would be my draw? Because we've already taken out this liquidity from this FUG. Well, buy side, sell side imbalance anyway. There is the equilibrium of that. Excuse me. Not very well. So maybe it just wanted this. Where's previous week's high? Let's just mark that off. Old highs and old lows. Okay, so do I think we're going to get up to previous week's high? To create the wick, maybe. Excuse me. So yeah, that would be my other draw of liquidity. If we start closing up above this, the daily starts getting up above this, and we close again above previous day's high, today we close above, then on my draw of liquidity would be previous week's high. At the moment, I still think we had a change of state delivery on the weekly, and this is just creating a wick for the monthly, and then we're going to go down. all assets above this though. Range daily profile means we need stacked stacked confluence in order to take a trade. To be honest, there's not really stacked confluence here. We've got one confluence, which means the SMR level, and we're trying to take it, and I'm trying to take a short off of this. So I think we just let this develop. 15-minute. We get a range, yes we did. Excuse me. So expand A, M, D, X, A, M, D. This could fall down from here, but the first candle's broken. Means I'd like to see an inversion. The inversion, the last fair value gap's here. For sure, that's where that wick's reacting to. I want to see that closed through really. Now, do you know what? I'm not going to hit this. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to wait for a little bit more price action. I think I'm being a little bit too confident here with this. We've got one liquidity pool here. Old liquidity pool being the SMR level that we're working out of. Yeah, this is what I mean. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not trying to hit that at all. So what does that mean for us? We need to wait for some more PA to form, to be honest. You know, we've had this massive expansion. London should form the wick, but we're not going to get any cracks in correlation. So the next crack in correlation is going to form probably at 11 with the 6 hour. We will have another SMR that might be. We'll see that pop up on the indicator. If you haven't got the indicator and you want to trade with it, it's available on my WAP. What's that there? Yeah, it's available on WAP. You can get it, access to it for a couple of days, try it out and see what it's like. There's loads of functions of it. So when I finally get round to it, I will add some, but for the moment it works for me, so it's fine. So also Discord is free, you can join that, any problem. Most of my streams now are going to be on YouTube though, so I'm building a content base for there. Phew, excuse me. Falling apart. Okay, so yeah, I didn't like that. That's pushed up. Now all assets are gonna close above, I think. Where does this leave us with the currency futures? We need the 6 hour to close, really. Okay, so 11 o'clock. This is very important because we've got no liquidity pools. There's no liquidity pools for us to trade out of or from. When this closes, we will get another SMR level. At the moment, we don't know where that is. So we can... Oh, it looks like ES and NQ are taking the lows as well, like I said they would. Let's just go and have a little look at that. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got a weekly cycle. So if this stays above, I am a bit precarious about this, right? Because we've only got we've got a few ticks for that to be swept. Let's see what happens here. It was a daily profile bearish. No, it's a range daily profile. So, and this is what I mean. This is what I was saying about the currency futures. If we're opening up, we need to run some liquidity. Okay, so this is what price is doing, and it's the same here. Price is running lower to create the wick for the month. You can imagine. Look, the month. Excuse me. The YM's just taking the low as well, so that's cancelling out the weekly cycle. It looks like we're just gonna. Oh yeah, NQ's flying. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm not liking London session this morning at all for anything. We've got to wait for a little bit more price to form, that's for sure. If Asia's expanded and London's expanded, we're moving towards a direction, a key level. There's a draw of liquidity. Okay, so let's just mark out the draw of liquidity. We've got a draw of liquidity here. Right, we've got a draw of liquidity below this low as some CRT pattern there. Something within this low as well. Okay, so that's going to be a draw, and this low as well. You have to bear in mind though, if we do start to get down there, let's have a look at the week. Yeah, probably previous week's low is going to be the draw, immediate. Let's have a look at the 6 hour. It's a waiting game for us, to be quite honest, this morning. It's not setting up the way I want it to. Let's wait for the next SMR level to come in on here, and then we might be able to find something. At the moment, yeah, it's definitely a waiting game all round. So we'll see how this closes, these candle closes. In order for us to get a hidden though, we're going to have to close right back up here, and I don't think that's going to be possible. ES would probably be the only one likely, not in 10 minutes anyway. So, excuse me, I don't think we're going to get the hidden. Yeah, we're not going to get the hidden. So there's going to be liquidity below this low. It's a daily CRT model pattern forming. If we have had sequential SMT above this high here, so you see ES took that. Sorry, ES did take Monday's high, so we've had that accumulation, manipulation, and now we're getting that distribution in to Wednesday, right? So what do we expect now then? If we're going to carry on distributing lower, right, the monthly is bullish, but we understand we've got to make a lower wick, right? We can expect something like this, okay? So if we do take a long, we're expecting to fade it. We're looking to fade it into equilibrium or some form of discount, sorry, premium, and then to take out this previous week's low. I'm not, yeah, because if you look at we just profiled a market. This is gold, by the way, and I'm going to do a video on this a little bit later, because people on Twitter were getting suckered in by Jacob Speculates. He was in my group at Days, just talking nonsense like normal, and Days nonsense like normal. Okay, so we have an accumulation, we've got a manipulation because this is taken here. Okay, so Monday range formed. The reason why I know it's Monday range is look at the candle. Okay, look at that candle. That's a range candle because we have changed state of delivery, but we didn't create a wick. And if you see, it's more of an indecision. Okay, so for me, that's still a range. We've swept the range. Now we're distributing lower. So even if price does carry on moving down, this is the draw becomes previous week's low. I would like to try and fade the move into some form of equilibrium or something, but we need more price to form in order for us to take a trade. Same here. I'm just going to hold on till 8 AM and then I'll mark up the chart and then I'll probably come back. I'm going to go make myself some food, etc., and I'll restart the stream. Well, they definitely didn't give us the last kiss model, did they? They just run it at 7 a.m. I thought we were going to get some kind of little push up here, and then my model appears to go and take out this liquidity, which would have been nice because the price was going down there. It's definitely drawing lower, but it just didn't give us the setup, which is okay. We go again. The only logical place for this to draw to is into these lows here. So first it will attack these lows. But yeah, we just need some more price action to be able to take a trade. I don't know exactly what's going on here. Wait to see what happens here. So we have moved up a little bit here. We could see this high go. Let me mark the highs. Stream's going to go on a little bit longer than I thought. Open, high, low, close. If price is moving up in the first quarter, I don't want to see this break in the first candle though. That becomes a little bit more manipulation. What's happening here? Excuse me. So index futures is off until New York, to be honest. We haven't got what we needed at all. I was looking for a short into this level. It never come. 7 a.m. just moved. That means the price is moving, but this is price moved in the Judas before the open. So I think price is probably just going to continue anyway. So let's go back to the FX. We are in another SMR level. Second candle broke. Sailing on above here. Excuse me. I'm sorry if you're just listening. I've got a little bit of a cold. We have got a microcycle. First candle didn't break exactly. Can we take this, hit this? Let me have a little look at the 1 hour. Possibly. There's no precision swing point. We have got a microcycle at this moment in time. Price just seems to be pushing up at the moment. If all assets run the high like this, and in actual fact this is a bit close than I thought, so excuse me. I'm going to try this, see what happens. I'm into a trade here. See what happens. It's 8 AM, 8:04. Got a microcycle, precision swing point formed, PSP. I'm more interested in this than I was definitely earlier, just because it's the time, 8 AM. We're in Asia standard deviation, okay? So if we get stopped out, I don't care. It is what it is. You know, if I play my rules, this is one of my rules. So confluence. Want to see this start breaking down, displacing through these last fair value gaps. So okay, so we've got a last presented fair value gap here. We want to see price get below that. Really, this is promising. I want to see a close below these levels, displacement lower here. That's good. Same with EU though, 6B. I want to see that close below the level. Where would my target be? If I'm looking at this is going to be my immediate draw of liquidity here. I have a draw of liquidity here, okay? It's a 1 hour CRT model. I don't know what's going to actually happen here, okay? We could get down to the daily 50% for sure, but I'm not entirely sure that we've put in enough. We're looking, excuse me. We're looking like we're rejecting from this fair value gap. We want to see a close below this level, like we've got over here on 6S. We don't want to see price storming back up this way, as otherwise it's going to be taken out. Okay, let me just show you that I've executed here. If I take a loss, I'm fine. Okay. This is also, I'm in this from on my Tradeovate account. I want to see price push down a little bit more. We're getting a good reaction here. I want to see this close down now on a rejection. I don't want to see this start closing up. Let's see. Let's see what the 15-minute's saying here. I'll say for me, I'm just going to move my stop loss a little bit. I don't want to see a reaction above this wick, okay? So I'm going to put my stop loss in above this wick here. If this price comes now back up to this wick, it's game over for us anyway. So let's move in price, moving. Want to see displacement through this level, okay? Want price to displace through this, okay? Okay, so we didn't get a close below. My stop loss is above this high. If it takes me out, I don't care. I don't want price to start trading back up into this area. I want price to just run now. Looks like we're gonna might get stopped on this one, guys. I've moved my stop loss though. Come on. I'm 4 ticks in profit at the moment. I'm just want to see that price just roll over. There's gonna be some orders in this wick, okay? Let's come back up to my entry. If price is gonna run, we're gonna run now. If it doesn't, then we're gonna get stopped out and then we're gonna run the high. Yeah, we're gonna get stopped out. Okay, so I take a loss there. That's not a problem. I played my model. That's my model. Hopefully we don't start running back down, but we excuse me. So it's reacting from the last presented fair value gap. I moved my stop loss down to this low because I realized if price is going to move, this is going to be protected. I might be wrong, but if we start to fall off now, then I've made a mistake, obviously. But other than that, I thought we were going to run this high, especially moving out of this gap. The only liquidity would set above this. Okay, we have now got a draw here as well, but I think I'm going to let a little bit more price action develop here, because I think we're just racing up to go somewhere. Okay, if you see this, is just drawing higher and higher. Is this gonna take us out? Would this have taken us out? Yeah, I think this would have. Yeah, so the stop loss for me was correct place. All right. I moved it wide because we pulled into this last presented fair value gap. I know if we didn't displace lower, as soon as this wick didn't close below this low, you know the bulls are going to start to come back in. Okay, and then the only logical place for that to get run is this high. So we haven't actually taken the high as such yet, so maybe I could have still been in it, but I'm okay. I limited my loss on that. Cut your losses early. I can always get back in this trade with another bar. There we go. I think we've just taken the high now anyway. Yeah, I would have been out. Okay, so I've limited my loss on that one. Not the end of the world. And what did I say a minute ago earlier on in the stream? If we start closing above now this fair value gap, the previous week's high is our target. Okay, this becomes our draw up here. And if we get another bullish close, we might see NFP close back within the weekly range. Just putting that into my Discord. Okay, so why did I hit that trade? 8 AM. Okay, liquidities comes into the market 8 AM, London Open. We're in SMR level. That's our old liquidity pool. Then we had a new liquidity formed with a 1 hour, my 1 hour CRT model. So if we're looking at that, we had the micro, we had the PSP. Price did start to fall down. We didn't displace through this level that I needed to, and I moved my stop loss, so I covered the short because of this fair value gap. I know this one's closed through, but GU and 6B didn't. 6E and 6B did not. So the next draw of liquidity would be above this high. For me now, I'm just going to wait still a little bit. We've had expansion. We're expecting accumulation now on this 15-minute bar. Am I going to hit this again? If it's really juicy, I will, but at the moment, I might just leave this. I think this is on a runaway expansion model because it's the start of the month. Like Monday, it has a Pacific function. Okay, so I think it's going to advertise for a lot of shorts, and then you're going to you find yourself getting fucking trapped on the wrong side of the market just because it's the first day of the month. Okay, and it's the first session, second session of the month, isn't it? Yeah. You know, if you start closing through this buy side, sell side imbalance, then previous week's high begins to become our draw. Excuse me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it there for a moment. I'm going to go grab some food. I don't really want to hit this again. I decided I'm not going to hit this again, that's for sure. Just going to leave this, let this play out. I'll be back in New York. Well, I'll be back at 9 AM actually, see what's going on. If I go live, I might go live, I might not. Maybe this might form a range and then we get a sweep at 9 AM. That would be interesting. I might take that again, but I think this is the algorithm's drawing this to a certain level, so it's being driven higher for some particular reason. I think it's to create the wick of the month, to be honest. Alright, so I'm going to stop the stream there. NQ, not a lot to do anyway. Index futures, not a lot to do. We need some more price action developed here, so that's going to be a New York thing. And here we're waiting. If this does push down, it is what it is. We're just not that fortunate today. Okay, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I'll catch up with you maybe in 45 minutes or something.